Right, so this is completing the square, and we talked about the quadratic formula, right? We talked about negative b plus or minus the square root. Oh, wait, what is it? And don't forget, if you forget it, walk through your house.
Yeah.
And each time you do that, actually be very detailed in your image in your head, like you actually did it. Okay. So this helps you find the what. You actually get the what.
X-intercepts?
Yeah, x-intercepts, which are like graphically are these guys, right? All right, so it helps you get the x. There's another word for x-intercepts. Solution. There's another word for x-intercepts. Zeros. There's another word for x-intercepts. Roots. They all mean the same thing. Find the solutions. Find the zeros. Find the roots. Find the x-intercepts. Okay. So that's one way. So one way to find the x-intercepts is with the quadratic formula. The other way of finding x-intercepts is when you have a quadratic equation and you factor it. You can get them that way. So the answer is negative 3 and positive 2. So this will give you the same answer as this one. But sometimes when the equation is not factorable, you have to go with this one. The quadratic formula is, but you get the right answer. But that's not what they want you to do. But you have to use completing the square. The third method, which is everybody's least favorite, is completing the square. So that's the third way. That'll also always get you the answer. So this one, it only works if it's factorable. Okay? But it's not. So the way completing the square works is you want to move the constant to the other side. All right, so we got d squared plus 26d
equals negative 25.
Equals negative 25. Next thing is you want to remember b over 2 squared. That. And this b is the same as the b that you need for the quadratic, is the same as this guy. Right? So it's ax squared plus bx plus c. This b
26.
is this b is this b. Yeah, 26. So it doesn't matter if it's negative or positive, because when you square it, it's always going to become positive. Right? So same thing with this guy. You never have to be like, all right, negative 3 squared. Negative times negative is positive.
3 squared.
No, it's just 3 squared. Okay, so I just think of this as cut it in half, square it. 169. So 13 squared, 169. One day I got really annoyed at the fact that I didn't know that, and it kept coming up. So I was like, you know what? I'll commit that one to memory. And then I learned about 14 squared.
I don't know that one either.
Well, and then the other one I know, you almost know everything I know, is this one.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Oh, and this one. I remember this one kind of stuck because I just thought it was kind of weird. Because I don't know, in my brain I was like, should it be in the 400? But
I was thinking like 500 something.
Yeah. Okay.
I only know up to 12 squared.
Well, now you know 13, 14, 15, and 25. These two kind of are easy.
Yeah, I'll probably do those.
Okay. So, what you want to do is you want to rewrite this as d squared plus 26d plus blank equals negative 25 plus blank. And the reason why you want to put these two blanks here is because you don't want to forget that you have to put it over here. Okay, so we got, we cut 26 in half, right? 26 over 2, and you square it, and we got
169.
169. But you can't just randomly throw a number. You have to keep it balanced, right? All right. So then now we have, so what we did, and the reason why it's called completing the square is because we created this is just like the number 9, the number 81, the number 100, the number 36, the number
64.
49. Yeah, 64. These are all perfect squares. Has to do with the fact that, like, if that's, I could do a better square. Like, if that's 6 and 6, it's 36, right? So this is a perfect square. So you're going to end up with something like, I'll just make it up. Okay, so you want to factor this, and it's actually really, really easy to factor. Even if there's a fraction in there, it's still easy to factor. So all you have to do, I'll do it the long way first.
G plus 13.
Actually, I'm going to do it the long way, the short way. So you know you're going to have a square right there, because it's a perfect square. You take the square root of that with the square root of that.
D.
You take the square root of that with the square root of that. And you take this sign.
D plus 13.
Yeah. And that's all. Sometimes there's like fractions. Like it'll be like 169 over 9. You're like, oh my god, what do I do? Well,
13 over 3.
Yeah, 13 over 3. And then if you FOIL it open, it'll work out to that.
Yeah.
Okay. So then that's equal to negative 25 plus 169. All right, so that's 144. Quick mental math. We did d plus 13 squared equals 144. Okay. How do you solve now?
Square root of both sides.
Square root.
D plus 13.
Wait. So when you do the square root, you always want to go root plus or minus root. You always want to do plus or minus every single time. You actually, like, I did this with this one kid so often that he would actually say it like I do, root plus or minus root. Every single root plus or minus root. I used to also be confused about like what is this answer?
Plus or minus 7.
No,
What?
that answer is 7. What? Okay, and you'll find this problem like in a 6th grade math book.
Yeah.
Right? A formula on this problem. You're like number 13. And the answer, you look in the back of the book, it's just 7. But then, in an algebra book, you'll see x squared equals 49. And then you go like that, and you go like that, you go like that. So only we have an equal sign at x, then x equals plus or minus 7. So here is like, what can a variable possibly be? What could this variable be? This variable could be negative 7 squared, or it could be positive 7 squared. Either way, you're getting 49. This one is just saying, like, I don't know, like what I just know is it's just the positive one.
Yeah.
If I try thinking about it too much, I'm going to get a headache. Okay. All right, so you're going to get d plus 13 equals plus or minus 12, minus 12, minus 12, 13.
Yeah, that was 13 for a second.
D equals plus or minus negative 1. All right, so what are our answers?
Sorry, I just blanked. It would be 1 or negative 1.
Yeah, so D's 1 or negative 1. We would have gotten those same answers completely. We would have gotten the same answers factoring, and we would also have gotten the same answers by doing the quadratic formula.
If this is plus or minus, then are you just assuming...
Wait. Sorry. This is wrong.
Okay.
Hold on. It doesn't go like that.
Because I was like, are you assuming that it's positive?
It goes like this. Minus 13. It goes right here. It goes there. It goes before the plus or minus. It does. It just does. Yeah, you have to put it there. Okay, so then you're going to get D equals negative 13. Negative 13 plus or minus 12. See, now at this point, you're kind of at a quadratic formula answer. So the quadratic formula gives you answers like with the plus or minus in it, right? All right, so then we're going to get D equals negative 13 plus 12 and negative 13 minus 12. All right, and then it's 12 minus 13?
Negative 1.
And then this one over here?
Negative 25.
There. Okay, hold on. Okay, so there's the x-intercepts. negative 25 and negative 1. There's your x equals negative 1, and your x equals negative 25. Now, something kind of interesting is if we were to do, let's go ahead and use the quadratic formula in this problem. All right, so how would you solve that with a quadratic? Well, what is the quadratic formula?
Negative b.
X equals
Negative b.
Negative b.
Plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a.
Okay, so x equals
Negative 26.
negative 26. Plus or minus the square root.
26 squared.
Okay, and 26 squared is 676.
Minus
4 times 1
times 25.
times 25, yeah. All over
2.
All right, so you're going to get negative 26 plus or minus
676 minus 100.
Good.
So 576 over 2.
Okay, and the square root of 576 is 24. So x equals negative 26
plus 24.
Plus or minus the square root of.
Or no, it's just 24.
Oh yeah. Phew again. All right. 24 over 2. All right, so you're going to get, well, I should do down here. So x equals negative 26 plus 24 over 2. X equals negative 26 minus 24.
Can you divide everything by 2?
You could. At this point, you could.
Yeah.
So, so you're going to get x equals.
Negative 13 plus 12.
Wait, which one are you on? Wait, on this one here? Oh, yeah, you could have gone bam, bam.
Right?
Yeah, so if you wanted to, you could have gone, negative 13 plus or minus, then you have no denominator. Okay, so what's negative 13 plus 12?
Negative 1.
Negative 1, and what's negative 13 minus 12?
Negative 25.
Negative 25. Now look at this. So there's our answer, right? X intercepts. So
it's
go.
Negative.
Oops.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So there you go. X equals negative 1. X equals negative 25. Okay, move that 1 to the other side. So you go.
X plus 1 equals 0.
Plus 1 plus 1. Okay. X plus 1 equals 0. I'm going to write it like that.
Mm-hmm.
Then over here, actually I'm not going to write it like that. Okay. Then over here, we got the 25 one, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we have x equals negative 25 plus 25.
X plus 25 equals
25.
0.
X plus 25 equals 0. All right. Now I'll go like this. X plus 1. X plus 25 equals 0. I just factored the original problem.
Really?
Yep, except somehow we got x's instead of d's along the way. But if I were to factor, and I think, so if we were to go over here and factor it, you go, why do I go d right here, a d right here, and then we got to, how would you factor that?
Oh yeah, it's just like
25
and
1, and it's all positives.
Yeah.
So you can actually use a quadratic formula and go in reverse, and you factor the problem.
Or you could just factor it straight too.
Yeah, you can factor it straight.
Huh. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. So they're all kind of like related. So what we just did, the original thing up here, that's completing the square. That's the easy version. So I'm gonna show you the harder one now.
Yeah. The first one we saw was harder, right?
Okay, so I picked this problem because I wanted to make sure that you couldn't like pull something out. So we're going to solve this by completing the square. So we're going to go 5x squared minus 4x. And then what do we do with that 2?
Move it to the other side.
Move it to the other side.
Equals 2.
Equals 2. Good. And then we're going to go I'm going to go plus blank plus blank. All right. By the way, I'm going to ask you a question that I think every has, and I'll use has gotten wrong when I've asked. So you could be the first one to get this in the history of Steve. Okay, ready? All right. So what are we going to put here?
4.
4. How'd you get 4?
B over 2 squared.
Oh, wait. Hold on. Sorry. I forgot something. Darn it. Before we do this step, I got ahead of myself. You have to complete the square with a 1 here. Like there has to be a 1 coefficient, an invisible 1. So you gotta do is you gotta pull out a 5. All right, so you're gonna go like this. You're gonna pull the 5 out like that, and you're gonna go, all right, x squared minus, well, what goes over there? I mean, what goes? Do you know what would go here?
4/5.
Yeah, 4/5. Because if you multiply back in, you get 4. Okay. All right. Cool.
Okay.
Now we're ready to go. Okay. So you get this number here, 4 over 5, and you divide it by 2, and you can just think of
times 1/2.
Or divided by 2. So 4 over 5 times 1/2, which is what?
4/10.
4/10, and then square that, which is what?
16.
Wait, we can reduce.
2/5.
2/5, and then square that.
4 over 25.
4 over 25. All right, so I'll put 4 over 25 over here. Okay, what goes over there?
4 over 25.
Fell into the trap. You are just like these other kids right here. Bam.
Minus.
Nope.
What?
You didn't put a 4 over 25. Doesn't that looks just like a 4 over 25, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But it's not.
Should have thought about it before. Should have thought about it. It wasn't that easy. Oh. So it's 4 over 5?
So it's
or no?
Because when you distribute this back in, so this is 4 over 25 in disguise. This really isn't 4 over 25. It is 5 times 4 over 25. It's 20 over 25. And then divide by 4, or we divide by 5. Divide by 5. 4 over 5. Is that how you get 4 over 5?
Yeah. Well, I was just canceling the 5 and 25.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so 4 over 5.
But that one stays?
That one stays.
Okay.
So this, you can treat this,
okay.
you can treat this as the easy problem right here.
Yeah.
But then on the other side, it's different. All right. So now we have 5 times x squared. This is the hardest type you'll ever get because of the fractions and stuff. So remember, this is actually, even though it looks intimidating, it's actually really easy to factor.
Yeah.
Okay.
So x minus 2/5 squared.
Minus 2/5 squared. And then 2 minus 4/5, or 2 plus 4/5. Do you know how to do that?
14 over 5.
How'd you do it?
You have to get 5 on the bottom for the 2. So it would be 10/5.
So you did this, and then you did this, and then you did pretty fast. And then you did that. So I raced this 7th grader one time on who can do this faster. She smoked me. She did it so fast. I'm like, 2 seconds. And I'm like, what did you do? 7th grader.
Wow, that's impressive.
And because she was like, oh, well, look. She was actually surprised that I took so long. And I think most 7th graders on their game would probably have smoked me because this is this. And this is 2 times 5 plus 4 over 5. This is what you do in 5th grade.
I didn't even think of it that way.
Yeah, you kind of forget as you go. Yeah. But That's how you first learn, like in 5th grade.
I just look at it and look at the denominator.
Yeah, so
it takes longer.
Because this if you put them together, it's a mixed number, which kind of went away. And then you go 2 times 5.
That.
Yeah, so she was like, I was like doing all this stuff, and she was like, I'm like, what?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really impressive.
Okay. So we have, where is my, 4, is it, what did we just say, 14 over 5? Over here, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So you can go divided by 5.
What? Oh, yeah.
Right? You can go divided by 5, or better yet, times 1/5.
14 over 25.
And also a little speed trick is if you have 14, you know how you're going to divide by 5? You can go divide by 5 also, and then you multiply these two together.
Oh. So then if this was like divided by a fraction, then you could multiply the top together.
Oh, I would just flip. If it was a fraction or a fraction, I would just be times the flip. But don't think that this is the same as like 14 divided by 1/3, and be like, oh, or like, yeah, oh, that's that times that. No, it's only when you're dividing by a fraction by a number, and you just multiply like that. Okay. All right, so it's 14 over 25, right?
Yeah.
All right, gone. You have x minus 2/5 equals 14 over.
It's squared though, right?
Yeah, it is great.
Well, like this one is still squared.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. Yeah. Wait. Yeah, you're right. And then it's like that.
Okay.
Now what?
Square root of both sides, and this one's plus or minus.
Get root plus or minus root, and you're gonna get x minus 2/5 equals, and then you have plus or minus, and then you can split your root
over 5.
Oops. Yeah, or the step is like that, but then that's over 5. Okay. Now what do? Bring this and stick it right there.
I keep forgetting to put it in front. Does it make a difference?
Yeah, it does. You need to put it right there. So plus 2/5. Gone. So x equals 2/5 plus or minus root 14 over 5. All right. Now what? We have two answers.
So 2 plus square root of 14 over 5.
Well. Oh, I see. Yeah.
Do I have to like actually round that and like find the square root of 14?
No. So you need to be, I guess, comfortable knowing it in two ways, right? So like one answer is
2 plus
x equals 2 plus root 14, like
over 5.
It's like that or combined.
Yeah, I was just combining it.
Like that. Yeah. And the other one is
2 minus
root 14 over 5. Okay. Okay, so that's correct. A different approach. So what was it? What was the first thing we did to deal with this problem?
Oh, moved the 2 to the other side.
Right, so we had 5x squared minus 4x equals 2. Okay, you could just go and you have x squared minus 4x equals 2/5. And take it from, now it's an easy one, take it from there. So you gotta cut that in half and square it.
Which one's easier? Or is it just the same?
You know, this is probably easier, but I'm so used to doing it the other way. So you go 4 over 5, you cut it in half, so times 1/2, right?
Yeah.
And what do you get?
4/10.
What's that?
4/10.
4/10. Then you square it, what do you get?
16 over 100. Or like, what do you get?
Yeah, right? 4/10, right? Wait. 16 over 100. And it's positive. All right, and then over here, but now you can put the exact same thing here. You don't have to worry about
Oh yes, I'll probably do that.
This thing.
I'll probably forget that. I feel like.
Yeah.
I'll probably do it this way then.
That's it, and then you can reduce that fraction before you factored it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I like that one.